I'm with the band.
The Black Dahlia Murder. I'm Trevor.
Woo!
Pleasure to join you today.
Let's start with the name.
The name. Okay.
How did you guys come up with the name?
Well, the name already existed. It's an actual crime that happened, and it's like the most infamous crime in Californian history, I believe, as in Hollywood history anyway. And it's kind of it's this young actress who was clad in black, hence the name Black Dahlia. She was a beautiful black flower, apparently. And she was killed pretty brutally. They found her cut and with a slash across her mouth. And it's still unsolved today, and lots of people are obsessed with it. There are investigators that are obsessed with it, and books that come out about it, and movies that come out about it, and it's kind of cool band name, I thought. You know, at face value, if you don't know the case, it sounds like every other band name. It has a color, has the word the, has murder, you know, like how many other band names. But, you know, with the backstory, I think it's cool. And just when we found out about the case, it kind of, like, scared me, you know, which is rare, too. I don't get scared anymore by, you know, horror and the evil things in life, you know. But I just thought it was a cool band name.
Agreed.
Oh, thanks.
So, how did you guys form, and how long have you been together with your current lineup?
Man, we started up just as friends, just to play music that we wanted to hear, you know, pretty standard stuff. We didn't really have any aspirations of taking over the world or anything like that, you know. We just wanted to have fun, and you know, after a couple years, we kind of figured out that we were like, maybe we could do something with this, you know, actually try to push it a little bit. And 2,000 band members later, I'm sitting before you. But our current lineup we've had for, I'd say, about a year now, and it's going really well, and they're on the new record. And it was super cool to debut their the rhythm section skills on the new album. And I hope we can keep this one together, because I'm loving it so far. Very cool. But a lot of the band changes were like, we chose them, you know, like letting people go and stuff, which is, you know, it's not fun. We're obviously friends with everyone that we're in our band with, you know, so. But just trying to bring you the BDM human possible.
Alright. How many releases have you guys put out, and what do you want to say about it?
We have 3 full-lengths on Metal Blade Records, and before that we have an EP, which is completely out of print. It's on Love Lost Records. And I don't know, it's been awesome being on Metal Blade. That was basically the moment where everything changed for us, you know, where we were getting advertised and getting reviews and getting on tours, and it was like the complete jump from normal life into, you know, I quit school, and I had like 4.5 years of college as an English major, and it was awesome at a perfect time, because I was like, I don't really want to grow up. I have no place in the real world whatsoever. All I want to do is make fart sounds, like, you know, and hang out with my friends. So this has been great for me. And the label's great. They treat us awesome and push us really a lot, you know. And I think that we kind of came onto the label when they needed new bands and needed to kind of come into a new era, you know. So it's been like mutually beneficial. But Metal Blade's really awesome. I'm really happy with them.
I wanted to ask you, how did you come up with the name of the new album? And also, how is it different from Misma?
Well, Nocturnal, I don't know. I thought it was, with this record, we wanted to make a pretty clear statement just about death metal, you know. We wanted to be like, here is death metal, here's what it looks like, here's what it sounds like. And I had the idea that, you know, that we were hopefully going to reach a lot of new people with this album. And I think I've noticed that we've been, you know, somewhat of a gateway band for kids to find out about more extreme, you know, kinds of music, you know, because we've been pretty lucky to be kind of in the public eye as much as like the more commercial bands, I guess, like Killswitch Engage and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, kind of nocturnal. It's just think about it. It's you're talking about people who live at night. You know, so it's kind of like just a reference to metalheads and the reference to kind of people that walk in the dark side of life, I guess. You know, and kind of champion that kind of thing. So, nocturnal is all about evil. You know, and that's what's fun about metal is kind of celebrating all things horrible, you know. So that's the goal there.
Awesome. So, who are your musical influences growing up?
I mean, I liked all kinds of stuff as a kid, but really when I found metal, you know, I think Megadeth was like the first band. Metallica and then all the basic stuff, but Megadeth was like a huge over-the-top obsession of mine. And, I mean, they've done me a lot more wrong now than they did good, but I still remember the glory days. And, I don't know. I try to talk about Dave Mustaine as much as possible in interviews in hopes that one day he'll respond in some way. If he just happens to be looking through a magazine that Megadeth is also in or something, you know. But, yeah, I want to get a Megadeth tattoo, I think, of Dave Mustaine's face. Like, you know how you get one of those portraits of, like, a fallen relative, you know, like a super expensive, done in, like, sepia, you know, like, portrait. Totally going to get Dave Mustaine. Him doing his best snarl.
Yeah, there's been a lot of debate. Like, me and my friends at school, we always talk about who's better. Metallica or, you know,
Or
Megadeth.
Right.
You know,
I was always on the Megadeth side, but I realized that Metallica's amazing. Like, those songs that they wrote were amazing. And that, it's really close for me because I love Metallica so much too. You know, and especially from when I was a kid, man, it was just like those two bands were just so huge in my life. Slayer too, South of Heaven, that record was, I used to listen to that when I was doing my homework. South of Heaven. A tape of a tape. Tapes? Yeah, tapes. Tapes of a tape, man. Once you get down there, you know, when you tape something 4 times down through generations, it doesn't really sound that hot anymore. But I was doing that as a kid, you know? Taping people's tapes of other tapes.
that's awesome.
Maybe if you're lucky, it started at a CD, but, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So, what song would you say gets the crowd really going, you know, just pumps them up?
There's been a big response for Death Mask Divine, which is one of the new songs, so that's kind of surprising just to, you know, it usually takes kids a little bit longer to grab onto the new record because, you know, they go listen to it a bunch of times and you start coming around right when the record comes out, you know, so you don't give kids a lot of time to learn the material, you know, but I don't know, the kids seem to know that song, and it's pretty awesome. I can hear them singing it, which is cool, super cool. Because it's not like, you know, it's super easy to understand what I'm saying, you know. It's barking and screaming and shrieking and carrying on,
Yeah.
you know, so it's cool. It makes me feel good.
Well, actually,
Touching.
what's your favorite song to play?
I
I know you can't speak for the rest of the band, but, you know.
But, I don't know. I have a few that I really like. Nocturnal I like to play a lot. It's just, I think it's cool. I think it's, like, the chorus is like, powerful, I think, so I like to deliver that one. It's fun. And it has a lot of cool vocal patterns and stuff, and, it's hard to sing, too. It's a harder one, but it's good. It's fun.
So what's a must-have for you guys backstage? What do you love to have backstage?
Weed. But you can't put that on your rider. It doesn't really
I knew it.
But, you know, pretty much the standards. A little bit of alcohol, Jägermeister, vodka. On this tour, we've just had the word vodka on the rider, so no name brands, you know. So sometimes it's good. Sometimes it'll be like old river Indian vodka or something where you're like, what the fuck? I've never heard of this before in my life. You know, so that's the gamble that you take, but I don't discriminate. You know? What else? Video games. Play a lot of video games. A lot of being in a band is just having so much time that you don't know what the hell to do. So, video games.
What's your favorite system?
Just old Nintendo. Can't really bring that along with me, but I have a DS. I play that sometimes. A couple of the guys have computers, so they have like Nintendo games on there and stuff. Old Nintendo. But that's my preferred method. When I'm at home, I'm in my underwear playing Nintendo usually.
Nintendo guy. That's awesome. What was the last video game you played? Like a recent one?
I was just playing this Castlevania game for DS. I think it's Dawn of Sorrow. It's not that new now, but it's cool. We have a song about Castlevania on the new album, actually. The first single, What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse. The song name is actually stolen from Castlevania 2.
Oh yeah, talking about that. I actually saw your music video for that song title.
Partying in
What's up with the hot dog stand? And I heard you guys had a hot dog contest at one of the concerts. What's with the hot dogs?
I don't know, hot dogs, man. I like them. They're good. But, you know, we just wanted to do something stupid on our CD release show that was in Portland. And we're like, dude, let's make these kids, like, let's have an eating contest during one of the songs. So the song, I Worship Only What You Bleed, is like 2 minutes exactly. So start eating as soon as the song starts and eat as many hot dogs as you can. And the winner, I can't remember how many he ate, but it was a really grotesque, inhuman amount of hot dogs. That's all there was to it, really, you know.
And what's up with this shirt? I don't know if
this is my dildo shirt.
Kids here.
This is Gallows.
Cool shirt there.
Band from England. It's like a sweet-ass punk band.
I heard, yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah. So, what do you want to say to all those aspiring musicians out there?
Quit! I'm sick of you guys. No, I'm just joking. Practice a lot. Don't go playing around and torture people with your music until you kind of got your shit together. And I'm guilty of it too. We were horrible when we started. We should have stayed inside. Take it from me.
So what's in the future for Black Dahlia Murder?
Just more of the same. More albums, more touring, more beers, more beards. And, yeah, I don't know. We'll probably be on tour for about 2 years straight. A few days off here and there. So we'll be highly visible this year.
I don't know if you guys could see this, but he has an eyelash on his nose.
Get it.
Hold on. There you go.
I get to make a wish, right?
Yeah, make a wish. Woo.
But it already came true! I'm just
Awesome.
joking.
Yeah, he's joking. Whatever. Anyway. So what do you want to say to all these kids watching you on Rebel Access TV? What do you want to tell them?
Stay metal.